Welcome back to Factorio Seablock and TSM. We're in the late 20s in the episodes now. I'm starting to lose track of exactly where, but I know where we're up to in regards to other things. If we take a look at our broader factory, we've been trying to make robots. I think we're probably in a position that's fairly close to actually having robots. What's this? Oh, that's iron ore. Okay. We actually have robots. We have 200 sitting in there. I could free it up and make some more. We also have some red circuits. We have 24 red circuits. Is that all? It looks a bit like it. Let me see what I can do. Can I actually make a robo port? Now I can make a robo port. It's one, but I can make it nonetheless. That's a zone extender, is it? No, that's a zone expander. What's this one? Logistics zone interface. I don't actually know what that is. I know what these are. These are good. I'm going to build a roboport. We now have a roboport. That is actually... I need to get rid of some of these materials somewhere. Where do we use that stone that we were bringing down? We use it here. Okay. I got room to take 150 of the bots. Maybe that's what we'll do. Grab 150 of them. We actually could use some armor. That extends our inventory space, and actually there's something else in here that I was thinking I might get. Advanced bronze, advanced brass. Let me put the advanced brass smelting into the research. Oh, we do that until we've done blue. Okay. That's awkward. The reason why is because I was having some thinking before we started our session up, and if you notice, we're actually really close to some biter nests. We keep going in our expansion downwards. We'll actually have to fight them. So I was thinking of the techs that we have coming up. Maybe we should do the military one, the ablative weapons testing, which needs brass and invar, and if we go through all of these, the only weird things that we're missing here would appear to be brass and invar. So I then went and looked up brass and invar, and I decided this was my favoured recipe, but it needs advanced brass smelting too, so we might have to do the one. I liked this because actually, why do I like that? What's wrong with that? There isn't a lot wrong with that. Why don't I keep that one, and this one here I take away? And then I could carry on with my discussion uninterrupted and say, that's what we'll do for brass. We'll mix copper and zinc, and for invar we'll mix steel and nickel. Because both the zinc and the nickel are things that we need to get rid of. Now, speaking of things that we need to get rid of, it would appear that the silicon is banking up now. And because of that, tin is struggling to come out, which is a problem because that's stopping a lot of other things. So I have noticed that there are other recipes for steel, although we can't even unload our steel, it would seem. No. I'm sure we're going to use more steel very shortly. So what I'm going to do is actually add a second inserter here and make you a near so that we can get the steel moving again. And then I believe there's another recipe here for steel ingot. Maybe we don't have it yet. Steel ingot. Maybe I just need to make this one go back to making steel ingot. I'm gonna get steel ingot. I was sure there was another recipe for steel. Steel ingot. So there's this one. No, there's just iron and oxygen. I think there was another way of doing it. Maybe it's steel plate. Iron. That's no good. That one's decent. Okay. I am confused. Alright, steel ingot. Let's use up some iron making some steel ingots. Thought there was a way to use some of the silicon that way, but not. Have a whole bunch of stone in here that I don't really want. Is there a way for me to just put this stone somewhere handy that it's out of my way? Roboport robots, okay, good. I don't think that actually freed up what I needed it to free up. We are going to have to move this silicon, I think. So, if the two things we need to build, one of them needs steel ingots and needs nickel ingots, we're going to need a way of getting steel ingots out of here. And over to somewhere else, which I don't think our existing... I don't think we've got enough capacity to go... No, we'd need to have red undergrounds, which we could have if we had bronze. So I guess we need bronze kind of in a hurry. So maybe we focus on... We're certainly focusing on bronze and Invar this episode. The bronze one kind of makes sense to be kind of near copper, which means we need to do the zinc ingot. What are our options? Process zinc. We probably don't need that at this time. So zinc ore, oxygen, molten lead. Okay, I think it's the lead process. Is that the... No, it's not the lead one. It's this one over here that's giving us zinc, right? Yes, yes, this one is giving us the zinc. Right. So what we could do is, if it's just, what is it, zinc ore and molten lead, we don't actually even have our lead process over here. So maybe what we need to do, one thing I actually want to do is hook up all of these mineral sludges and then make available multiple different of these machines so that all of the mineral sludge production, which is all this upper bit, can actually feed whichever machines have the current demand, and then we can sort of better balance it. That's one of my plans. But for the moment, I think I need to get lead produced up here rather than this process down here. We're going to need the nickel ingots as well to get mixed with the steel ingots, so that's something else. We're going to need more room, basically, which is why robots are useful, because robots could potentially be employed to move all this stuff up and give us more room to do the sorts of things we need to do. So that's a lot of talk. 10 minutes up and we haven't actually done anything yet. Would be fair to argue. Zinc. Invar is nickel. And zinc. We have to do it via molten lead unless the processed zinc smelting too. That, I bet you that's also requiring, is it? What's this? No, that's nickel. Where's zinc? Is there an advanced zinc processing? Yeah, it needs blue science as well. Unless this thing is clearly telling me that I need to do blue science next. Okay, processed zinc is just zinc ore comes processed zinc. And then usage is with carbon makes zinc ingot. That's perhaps better than zinc ingots needing lead and zinc ore. Marginally better. Only it just means that I have to have lead up here for the process to work. Whereas otherwise I could get away without the lead just yet. Doesn't make sense. Okay, how much landfill? That's not enough landfill. Let's start with landfill. That's better. Better amount of landfill. Let's build lead out to the side of here. I don't actually need all of that bit. I'm just going to pick it up from about here. Give it some space and... Oops, this is what I need. So I will need, yeah, basically from about those machines. And expanse down like so, and probably fill up quite a bit of that. And then we basically need crystallizers. How many? Let's assume we probably need a couple of them. Because we are making stuff with lead. Crystallizers. Yeah, crystallizers. 1, 2. And the crystallizers need to look something like that, I think. So what I might just do is start slapping. What do I need to create a blueprint? Not really sure. Stuff like that down. Let's get the bots into a means where they can actually do something for me. Oh, fancy colors. And that means we're going to need a bot. Oh, they're here. Okay, a bot storage chest. I didn't even check to see what's used in a bot storage chest, but the crystallizer machines can go in there. If I can find them, there they are. And I need an ore crusher. And I am going to need inserters, which means I am short of, what am I short of? Iron plates, of course. They're the ones that we needed to pick up some iron plates because their supply is kind of jammed up the top there. I should really set up a box that I load iron plates into, but I don't have those nice guys, at least not at the moment. As far as I can tell, I don't get loaders in this mod pack. I might have to have something else if I need loaders. Anyway, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. A stack of inserters sounds like a swell idea. Looks like it's just using these poles, so they can have all of those as well. And sort that out. Also, a few lights are always a good thing around your factory. So if this happens to build a few lights, I am not going to complain. There we go, so that we can see. All right, so now we just need to change the recipe. We're not doing this one. We are instead doing the lead, which is the rubite ore. In both of those, and this is just going to do the rubite ore crushing. Then all we need to do is hook up some of the mineral sludge. And we are basically good to go. Once power arrangements have been made. Actually, I can start using these, and I should look into... I need brass, so that's something else I need brass for. Right, we've got our rubite happening. Now, crushed rock. We are dealing with this somewhere. It's going to here to make mineralized water. And it's doing a good job of that so far, although there is no backup. So if we're going to get more of it, we may need a master plan for getting rid of it longer term. How about we do something like this? I think we've only got 2 resources. You're the crushed stone. Crushed stone, and the other one is the crushed rubite. Or that one. And then after this point, we are basically... It's the problem when you've only got 1 roboport. I'm actually going to have to rip stuff up now. I want to deactivate... Oh, this is going to be interesting if we deactivate this. Yeah. Let us change how this operates. It's going this direction. Right. So now we're not making any more down here. We're not making any more over here. You should run out very soon. So all these devices are at this point redundant. Okay, we've retired lead at that end of the base. So what we want to do is we want to put our ore sorter in. You are doing crushed rubite into lead and nickel. Only now we need something kind of like this arrangement. Where we have 2 streams of stuff coming off. Do I want to do it like that, or Is there a better way? Maybe there is a better way, so I won't worry about this bit. I'll just... maybe this is a bit messy as well, so I don't even know if that helps us much. We've used our robots, but they're not actually yet as valuable as I would like. We need some blast furnaces, I believe. Let me just check that is that nickel? No, that's zinc. We're getting nickel out of this, aren't we? Nickel ore and lead ore and slag, yes. Nickel. Nickel. We need ingots. Nickel ingots. Nickel ore and carbon monoxide in a blast furnace. Not doing that one just yet, so yes, blast furnace. And we are missing stone brick for blast furnaces. Okay. Stone brick for blast furnaces. And we need a couple of these blast furnaces at least. For now. I might also get some stone pipes happening, because we'll probably need them very shortly as well. And then it is blast furnace. Maybe I could give them slightly more separation. Work a bit better. So one of them is making, not that one, nickel ingots. And the other one is making lead ingot. Interesting. So you need oxygen gas and you need carbon monoxide. Okay. Let's get normal inserters because we don't need filter inserters for those. Oh, you have an output as well. You also put out sulfur dioxide gas. Yeah. Okay, be like that. Then how about a flare stack to deal with that problem for the moment? Storage facility, is it Petrochem where we get the flare stacks? Flare stack, I don't see any jumping up and down, so we're going to have to build one. You can go there for now. I'll get rid of the sulfur dioxide. Lights, we need some lights in here. Power. We are going to need to get some of the carbon to come all the way over and feed these guys. Carbon monoxide and oxygen. What are the gases that we have in use here already? There's definitely oxygen over here. We might have to make a local supply of carbon monoxide. Oxygen is actually overflowing at times, so it's okay to draw on that. You're after oxygen, aren't you? Okay. I know we brought oxygen down to there. I probably wouldn't mind getting some oxygen to run sort of down at this level, or even right at the bottom and then come up. That might be the best bet. We can shrink this down a bit. There we go, and we need some pipes. That's using up our stone brick supply, but that's fine. Oxygen. Before you vanish into that Let's kill it off machine. Get to about there. Okay. Let's hope that was roughly where it was. I'm not that fussed if I get it slightly wrong. Here. Okay. Behind me. Oh, killed the fishy. Never mind. Oops. More pipes, and that's going to mean more stone brick. Meanwhile, oh. Plug that in. More. We're going to need more stone brick very soon, so I'm just going to make a point of getting it right now. I remember that windmill thing is something we need to sort out as well, because we're carrying a bunch of windmills, which is 2 slots of our precious inventory space, so whoops. So that's something to remember as well. Right, what have we got? Oxygen feeding up to the lead, so that should be everything satisfied that we need here to make lead ingots other than the fuel itself. For that we have this guy. Let's just do this, and we can go through here. I need to get some more supplies. Pathetic. All right, let's go all the way down to our mall. We were going to need to put lead in anyway, but it's not exactly brass or invar by itself, is it? Never mind. Okay, let's get all 20 of those. What else are we short on? We are actually short on those as well. And that's all the space we've got, so that will have to do. Let's fix up this while we're here. Okay, so we were trying to find a way to get power over to these guys. We got to this point, we realized we needed a yellow underground. We should probably be moving to yellow or through the base anyway pretty soon, but the general idea was to get up to about there, I think. The position of this may be subject to change. Good, good. How are you doing? You need carbon monoxide. Okay, let's quickly check our carbon monoxide recipes. It's that one, carbon monoxide, carbon and purified water. We have it bottled already. Carbon dioxide and hydrogen. synthesis gas. Right, now we're getting silly. So I guess we go back to the very first one. Carbon and purified water in a chemical. Carbon and purified water in a chem plant. This is not purified water, is it? It's mineralized water. You never have what you actually want, do you? That seems to be the rule around here. That's just normal water, isn't it? So I don't have... There's purified water. I do have some purified water. Okay. I could bring the purified water all the way down. From here, perhaps. Once we've made some more stone pipes, we're going to have to kind of put these guys on the bus, aren't we? Alright, one. Where is it? That's the purified water right there. Of course, now needs territory. We hadn't already filled in. Alright, so purified water and what? Carbon. That would kind of suggest that having carbon way up here might not be in our best interests for making that product. Petrochem, where's a chem plant? Here we go. Chemical plant. Well, now I'm actually going to put this way down here because I tend to think that it is going to be more useful down here. That's not carbon monoxide. That is what we're after. So you need that, and you need carbon. Okay. Guess we'll have to just bring it down like so for now. You know what? I'm just going to use a wonky inserter of Bob's. Pick up like so. Delivery there. And we need to get this gas up to here. So we are now able to make nickel ore, assuming that we actually had some to make. Nickel ingots, should I say? Nickel ingots. We have a stockpile over here. We're going to make no dent on by doing that, none whatsoever. We're going to have to empty our inventory and move it over here probably, but I just want to get this kind of kicked off. So we now have nickel ingots. Right, which one of these processes needed the nickel? We needed it with the steel to make Invar. Okay. Needed it with steel to make. I'm going to leave this in case we need to process the nickel further as nickel. But in the meantime, so Let's switch over to zinc. Where are we? We're making zinc somewhere. And it's just getting dumped in a box. It's getting made here. There's not a lot of zinc yet, but I guess there could be soon. We need the zinc to be processed. Maybe we should process it here because we need it in the form of zinc ingots. So let's turn this into a zinc ingot blast furnace, I guess. Wrong one. Zinc, oxygen, and molten lead. Up with it. Can't do this one yet. Right, this is done in a chemical furnace. Okay, so it pays to check those things. Chemical furnace, I think that's in here. We can actually make them, that's just as well. Chemical furnace. I kind of want to completely supplant that box, but maybe we can just do this. You're making zinc ingots. Zinc ore, that's what this is, right? Zinc ore, I guess it's waiting for more to happen. We need lead, molten lead to be able to come here, and we need oxygen. Okay, I know there's oxygen just directly below. More pipes. Don't actually have a lot. Running low on stone brick again. Let's grab some more stone brick from our supply. What amounts to never-ending supply. Here we go. Maybe I should make some pipe industry just immediately next to the stone bricks, since that seems to be its primary usage. More normal pipes, at least they make very quickly. Now, molten lead. We don't yet have enough of this. Why is there some... Oh, because you can't unload this stuff, right? Where are we going to take that exactly? We want it... Oh, because you're... Yeah. One jam leads to another jam. Okay, we need to do something about this immediately. Let's find... It's a nice big box, but we can't build it just yet. That's awkward. Is there anything around here that eats slag? Yes. Now have some space. Big box. Go in there. Inserter. Eat material. Free this up. Free up this processing. Right. So, how do we get more over there? No, you can't jump over that. You can't jump over that. Okay, this is not exactly pretty. We're certainly not going to do it from up here anymore. We'll do it like this. We will use a filter inserter, of course. Actually, this could go one more. You're going to pick up... no, you're going to pick up crushed stone. Drop off there. There, action. And you're coming out here currently. We need you to... go through to there. You'll work fine if you're there. Is any of this a problem? No. And then... and if this can't be absorbed by this machine, we'll have to put excess through to that one. Right. You have a heap of nickel ingots. You don't have so many lead. What's the story with the lead? Okay, we have slag that we need to get rid of. Where can we get rid of slag? Slag. Do you have slag you need to get rid of? Yes. What are you doing with your slag? Your slag is going out there. Okay. We probably need to try and come through here then. Maybe you're going to be in the way now. That'll do. And it can just join in at the bottom of that slag. So basically come through. Let's just patch up a bit of this water. Need a light in here. It looks a bit too dark for my liking. We need another filter inserter. This one is picking up slag. These things are all running now. That gets all of this process up and running. There's plenty of mineral sludge, so this is all working fine. Okay. Next step is we needed molten lead. We still don't have enough because we need 24. What's the hold up here, guys? You've got tons. You've got tons. You have... oh, okay. You still have too much of that because this can't unload. That's its problem. So the nickel actually needs to be able to be unloaded. Oh, okay. So maybe we try to make the molten invar somewhere. It needs steel ingots. Which, to be perfectly honest, I think it's time all of this turned into landfill if we have enough. Here we go. Landfill. Not sure if it is enough, but... there we go. Oh, we're out of tech. Let's just see what we've got now. Okay. That's kind of pointless. Concrete might have some point. Let's do concrete. I have no idea what impact mining productivity actually has in what we are playing, there doesn't actually appear to be too much more red and green only. I guess it's Cliff Explosives then. Off you go. Alright, so here we need a way to get the steel ingots out. Probably across the top, maybe. So I'm kind of thinking I need what for the molten brass? We need the zinc ingots, which will be coming from here. And we needed copper ingots, and they get dealt with in an induction furnace. Okay. So I could basically build it here. Induction furnace for now. That's a casting machine. That's an induction furnace. We are short of iron and steel, which that's probably good because those are probably the things that need iron and steel. It's iron. I think this is steel. Now, induction furnace. Induction furnace, yes. We can get an induction furnace. I want some level of separation now. This whole thing might need to get moved up somewhere because it's kind of in the way now. Brass, molten copper, molten cobalt. Oh, maybe it's down here. Molten bronze, molten brass. Yes, that's what we're after. We need a light. We need a light. Yes, you are going to divert it to here. Things that I don't want. Cannot insert steel chest because we're now full of stuff we didn't actually want. Come on, come on. Get rid of all of this. I'll do. Steel chest, then this can go. Now, copper we could just have work like this, where it's going to drop off there and it's going to pick up from there. Yes, that's working. We're getting the copper ingots. We just need a means to get the zinc ingots over there. Yes. Does look like there might be a way. Let's make this one come out slightly further. Then this one could actually go then we could get rid of those two there. We could use yellow belt. So through there like so. Place all of that. Move it a bit closer so we don't have to have quite such a wonky belt. And this will get us up and running with our bronze process. I think zinc ingot. Oh, it makes lead as well. Zinc ore. Oh, you need molten lead coming in. We don't have the molten lead coming in yet. It is zinc that we need for bronze, right? Zinc. Right. So you need the lead, liquid lead coming in. Okay, so you still don't have any because you have too many nickel ingots. I'm gonna have to just do with them. Silicon ingots we now have a place for. We can put silicon ingots into this box. Silicon ingots. Okay. You still can't do anything because why? Still have too many. But when are you going to be able to make ingots? There we go. Okay, so the lead needs to go into a induction machine. I think it is. Induction furnace, presumably. Zinc, lead ingot in an induction furnace, yes. Blast furnace, blast induction furnace. Don't have any, let's make an induction furnace. Not insert induction furnace. We are full of stuff. Our induction furnace. There it is. Rotate. Now, you need molten lead. Okay. Let's see what we can do about satisfying that requirement. Let's not leave this damaged as we go through. More normal pipe. Okay, that should be providing molten lead now. Nope. How come? You actually need a recipe for molten lead, and you need an input of said molten or said lead ingots so that you can make molten lead. Now we don't just want molten lead in these pipes, we are going to need a casting machine. So I guess we should make that now, especially if we don't have it already. That's not the machine that I was after. I want a casting machine. Suddenly I'm going to have no room once again. No, we can fit a casting machine in. Good. You can hook the supply this way. Have some power. And this is how we are now going to be making lead. Lead plate. There we go. And I guess one of these can be the inside one. We'll worry about that in a bit. For now, we just are happy that we are able to make our nickel. It's turned into copper. We don't have any zinc yet still. Okay, why don't we have zinc yet? Because you need more zinc ore. Well, here's some zinc ore. Get on with it. There you go. 24. 30 gas that we haven't disposed of yet. Okay, the sulfur dioxide, I don't think I can do that much with at this time, so it's basically where can I fit a flare stack? That's the question of the moment. We don't have any flare stacks. Let's build one. It does not fit there. That's also not an option, but this could be made an option if we rearranged this guy just a tad. Put a flare stack in there. Where else do we have a flare stack around here? Okay, go in there. There. That kind of doesn't work. Gas stack. Alright, this is unfortunate, but it's what we're going to have to do. We're powered. So you're waiting on molten lead. But otherwise you have probably produced some zinc. Hang on, what are you after? Zinc ingots. Why are you getting... Why were you getting some other type of ingot then? Nickel. Lead ingots. How did they end up there? Not sure. Lead ingots, though, can be placed in here. Right. So, that should mean we're now getting brass out. Yes, 480 molten brass. If we want to turn molten brass into something useful, it makes brass plates, and that's what we need. So that was a casting machine, I guess. Yeah, casting machine. Don't have one. Casting machine. No, that's a furnace. That's a casting machine. We're getting over time again, but we are... we're up to bronze. That is a decent achievement. I wonder, would I be better at... No, because it's too close to that. And cast bronze. Is it brass or bronze? Molten brass. So your brass plate. Power. And belt and a couple of inserters, and one of them can be a near. There we go, we have brass plate. Now we want invar. Okay, invar. Invar needs. What does Invar need? Steel and nickel. Are we actually producing the nickel? What are you? You nickel? Nickel ingots. Right, you're nickel. Let us. Okay, what do you need to do this in? Molten Invar. You need an induction furnace. So we basically need this kind of setup for the Invar, which could also go here, here-ish. Okay, so an induction machine and a casting machine. And there's the casting machine, okay. So you're making Invar. H-I-J. Gold. Molten Invar. From steel and nickel. That's the one that we want to do. So we've got to get steel and we've got to get nickel to it. Okay, first of all, this is the steel. How do we do that? Okay, we could do some belt braiding. One, two, yes, that will work. And we are going to need some more supplies, but basically the idea is the steel that we're taking over to the Invar machine will come up here. Power. None at the moment, it's waiting on more of this. And we'll get some more yellow inserters. How are we doing for other inserters? They're fine. Early. Yellow inserters. Do we need anything else? Who knows? Get some more belt. Okay, so ooh, we have some steel on there now. Which is probably best that it comes all the way through there, so something like this. Down to there. And inserter. Power. But steel, we're going to need some pipe out here. We're going to need some more pipe. You're going to be casting Invar plate. Invar. Now we need to get nickel ingots to you. One is it nickel? Nickel ingot. What's this one? One is zinc. This one is nickel. Okay, so at this point, we probably need to come in underneath all of these pipes. All right. Where exactly is the... It's along here. Some lights, please, guys. Lights somewhere. And do you need anything else? No, you just need the supply of resource. Okay. So we effectively can come in, say, like this. Whoops, like so. And one of you is going to be a near and more power. Have we actually got anything unloading onto you yet? Nope. Power. So this is our nickel. Now that we're unloading it, we can probably fill it up with that stuff. Yeah. There's nickel. Has that made enough for us to have some invar yet? Not yet, but it's coming. Do we have enough of the steel? No, we've only got 8 of 24. Do I have any steel ingots on me? No, it doesn't look like it. But it will happen. So there we go, guys. We now have our bronze and our invar. This we should do. Seems to be an iron processing hold-up now for some reason. That be, you can't get rid of copper. You'd probably get rid of a bit more if I lengthen this belt, which I might do between episodes. But anyway, we've come to the end of this one. Thanks very much for joining me. Look forward to seeing you in the next, when we finally get on to military science. See you then, guys. Bye-bye for now.